There's a lot of hate on the Ram brand. A lot of people say that these are the most unreliable trucks, they're junk, they don't have quality. Well, that ain't true. And a lot of fanboys of GM, Ford, Toyota are gonna hate this video because JD Power just released the results. And do you guys know who was number one? Don't worry, I'll wait. I'm getting a little bit closer. There it is. That's who was number one, shockingly. But what were they number one for? Let's check that out online really quickly. I'm on JD Power's website, and you guys can pretty much see in the headline, it says Ram ranks highest overall initial quality. Now, before I show you guys some of the stuff down below, you guys will see some of these acronyms probably. So this one stands for Voice of the Customer, and then you'll see this, which is problems per 100 vehicles. Okay, now I obviously want to show you guys where they got some of this data from. So it says here the U.S. initial quality study, now in its 38th year, is based this year on responses from 99,144 purchasers and lessees of new 2024 model year vehicles who were surveyed after 90 days of ownership. Okay. For the first time, the study additionally incorporates repair visit data based on hundreds of thousands of real-world events reported to franchise new vehicle dealers. So they made it even a little bit more stringent for this year. Okay. Now, if you scroll down, highest ranking brands, Ram is the highest ranking brand overall in initial quality with the problems per 100 at 149. Chevy was in second place. And shockingly, Hyundai made the list in third place. I'm willing to bet you any fanboy that sees this reward, they're gonna say it's not that big of a deal. No one cares about JD Power. No one cares about Consumer Reports when they do rate a brand they don't like higher than their brand. But the truth of the matter is, this is the fourth time Ram has gotten a reward for initial quality. Whenever people are online, the keyboard warriors will always say that a brand sucks, whether it be Ford, Chevy, Ram, whatever, don't matter. But the reality is, Ram trucks have gotten so much better. Like, I do understand why Ram customers are happy, and it has a lot to do with this truck. Now, if you're wondering about the HDs, we'll talk about that in another video because the Ram HDs are not on the same quality level as these 1500s. Why Ram has not updated their cabs, I don't know why. I think that a lot of that quality that they're getting is because of the overall interior fit and finish, right? So that is probably the number one reason why. And I can't wait to show you guys which HD truck got number one spot. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's keep moving. Mopar Insiders is where I found the JD Power study. Now here's what they had to say. Ram has again set the benchmark in the automotive industry by securing the top spot in the JD Power initial quality study. Now it goes on to say Ram has ranked among the top 3 brands in the industry for the 4th time in 5 years, with this year being its 2nd time as the overall number 1 pick. The Ram 1500 stood out, claiming the title of the best full-size light-duty pickup for the 2nd consecutive year. The Ram 2500 and 3500 also earned a commendable 3rd place among heavy-duty pickups. Now down here, it just kind of goes on and shows what the CEO had to say about it. And I was shocked. I mean, this is kind of off topic, but Stellantis also had achievements with the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Secured 2nd place among compact premium SUVs, which I haven't heard good things about Alfa Romeo, and it's good to see that the Stelvio actually is ranking in the higher section. Now granted, there's not a lot of them sold, but I guess for some of the surveys that they got back, they were positive from the buyers. But here's a few things here you guys can read, and then we'll jump back into the video. You guys know that I've raved a lot about Ram's Uconnect system, and I truly believe they have one of the best. Now, does it have issues here and there? Absolutely, they do have issues, but majority rules. I've gotten in a lot of Ram trucks over the years, and it's been very rare that I've ever had a truck have any issues here. One thing I like about this system is that it's easy to hook your phone up to if you want your wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Very easy and quick to hook up, and it's really consistent, and really the interface is what makes this system so nice, because they have this device manager down here and you can actually have 2 active phones. We have a Lexus LX600. Love this SUV because I kind of could say I am a huge Toyota fan, but Toyota doesn't hold a candle to this at all, and they've had multiple years to really catch up, and they still quite aren't there. Now, as you guys just saw in that last article, here's the one issue Ram has standing in front of them.
Well, it is highly discouraging news for Motown tonight after last week's Stellantis investor meeting. CEO Carlos Tavares promised a massive cost-cutting effort, and it's looking as though it will mean considerable job loss for Metro Detroit, particularly at the Auburn Hills office tower, and that's where we find our business editor, Rod Maloney. Rod, not good news at all for the employment picture around here.
No, Devin. In fact, I've been getting rumblings that there could be some hefty layoffs here in Auburn Hills. And Carlos Tavares came to town last week essentially telling everyone, and he did it deliberately coming here, that he's aiming at this building right here, a building that Lee Iacocca once told me was paid for by the profits made with the minivan.
It's a great point.
When your CEO comes to town from Europe saying,
we have at least 2 plants in the U.S. that need a significant turnaround. At least 2.
And tells you he's sending European plant managers to come clean up the mess, it should get your attention. But then he talks about what he calls an EV-first strategy and cost-cutting to compete globally with Chinese automakers.
By the way, when we compare to Leapmotor, those 30% cost competitive edge I'm always talking about.
Yes, you did hear that right. He's looking to cut 30% of Stellantis costs. Auto analyst John McElroy says,
well, he's going after the company with an axe right now to get cost out,
which will no doubt send a massive shockwave through the industry.
I think that the old Chrysler group, as we've known it in Auburn Hills, is going to be a mere shadow of itself in just a couple of years.
And John says the job loss is likely to be significant.
But they're going to take a lot. A lot. We're talking thousands of people.
The old Chrysler group makes the most money for Stellantis, but also is the biggest cost and set of problems, which means outsourced engineering to low-cost countries like Turkey and Morocco is on the table, which means the old headquarters building is likely headed the way of the Rensen.
The tower almost undoubtedly will be up for sale. Stellantis doesn't need all that office space anymore.
Now, I did call Stellantis Media Relations today. The building was closed for the holiday. They didn't have anybody who could respond to this. But again, I'm hearing rumblings of some big layoffs that could be coming as early as July. In the meantime, I asked John, I said, what does this mean for the domestic three? He says, oh, you mean Ford, GM, and Tesla? He said, Stellantis is no longer an American company. It is a foreign company.
That was really hard to listen to. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Now, I hope Stellantis doesn't believe that. Now, granted, obviously, Stellantis was formed from Peugeot and FCA forming because they were, I guess, trying to lower the cost for the future of EVs, things like that. So them merging together helped them to lower their overall costs. I can't remember the whole explanation of it, but they became one of the biggest car manufacturers, too, in the world. Do you guys remember the Toyota Tundra and the strides that Toyota went to make that a American truck? Back in the day, they were big on making the Tundra an American pickup. And I hope Stellantis knows just how important it is for that American pride. A lot of people buy American cars because it's American, not because it's a foreign brand. So they better make sure they understand that, because from what I've seen, Stellantis isn't doing good, because Jeep not doing good, Ram is actually not doing good either. Their sales are down on those two brands. And hearing this news about layoffs and them selling off a building that Lee Iacocca is responsible for paying off with the minivan, not a good thing. So I hope they understand just how important the American brand is. If not, they need to sell off Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram to someone in America so we can make that brand great again. Where have we heard that from? Now in closing, I know you guys think that I'm a Ram fanboy, but that's not why I did this video. I did this video because Ram does get the most hate on most of my videos. So I figured this might be a little fun to mess with some of you guys out there, especially you Ford guys. But I have to do a video on who the highest ranked HD truck was, because as you guys heard in the video, it wasn't Ram. So be sure to stay tuned. I'm going to probably film that video next week. So figure Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. I should have that posted. But yeah, hope you guys like this video. Be sure to subscribe to your channel. See you guys soon.